what is a hoe though?
You? They call you They call you one. They call me one. Everybody I know in my life
Is a hoe. I do get called a hoe all the time. I don't know why.
People calling you a there's a couple of reasons for that. They do so through lies, manipulation, innuendo, public shaming, false allegations. Now, men really don't give a shit, and in fact, I'd argue that most men don't know who you are. However, I took a look at you guys' social media, so I formed my opinion. All right, family, I got a doozy of a conversation for you here today, so you know what that means. It's time to get active. Now, full disclosure before we get started, I did not know who these two women were, but apparently not only are they mother-daughter, but they're somewhat famous, and they're not famous due to their own merit. They're famous because of the men that they have dated within their life previously and perhaps the men that they're currently with now. But these men are all names that we know, different rappers, entertainer, athletes. The interesting component of the conversation that they're having is that this mother and daughter is talking about being hoes. Yeah, you heard it. Let's get active. Without further ado.
No, I agree with you.
and my relationships have all been long term, like all of them.
I agree.
Which, you know what, honestly, I'd be like, people call me a hoe all the time, and I'm like, I've been in long-term relationships. Give a girl a break.
Girls always get called
Antoine,
hoes.
10 years. He had all my 20s. I'm mad. Okay, because what I knew at 31, I knew at 25. That's
Did you make
one.
up for your 20s?
In my 30s? Yes. But then I met Chad. Boom. Straight from that, I'm like with Chad, full-blown relationship.
Yeah.
So we were together, almost 5 years. Then I break up with him, and then I get with Carl. That's another. Then we have Leo. So it's like my relationships have been like long. That's 20 years there. I've had some sprinkles.
I think it's the sprinkles in between. But
People don't know about the
what do
sprinkles.
we classify as what's a hoe?
I don't know, but people don't know about the sprinkles. They're just basing that off of like Antoine, Chad, and fucking Carl. They were like, "Ooh, 3 associations. She's a hoe." They're 3 guys. Okay, what the hell?
But what is a hoe though? Like, who would be classified as a hoe?
You? They call you a hoe. They call
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, but I'm saying they call you one, right? They call me one. Everybody I know in my life
Is a hoe.
Everybody's a hoe, and honestly, I'm like, at this point in my life, I want to be a hoe.
No, hoes have more fun for sure. But like, I feel like, because I do get called a hoe all the time, but I don't know why.
But you were
I'll
getting
explain
called a
it.
hoe before Jason.
Oh yeah. It's been
They've
a
always
thing.
called
I'm
you
a
a hoe.
gold digging whore.
Yeah,
But
a gold digger. You're
but I
a
always
builder
wonder.
whore, is what you
Oh,
are.
it started with that. I'm a
Yeah.
build
Yeah.
a bear or something. But what I'm saying is like, I feel that as a woman, if you are single and you're not hurting anybody, and this isn't personal, I'm just saying generally speaking, what is the issue? Like, I never understand that.
Yeah, and if you're being safe, obviously, like all those
Obviously
things.
safe. And have
Listen,
respect for yourself. Have respect for
God.
yourself, and have whoever you're with respect for you as well.
Okay,
But
shut
if
up.
you are
Yeah, sure. Don't hurt nobody. I got your point. Nevertheless, though, I find it so interesting that these women are just confused as to why they get called hoes. Well, people calling you a hoe, there's a couple of reasons for that. Let's divide the audience. Women are going to be the vast majority of people who call you hoes, not only because women are your target audience, so there's a larger subset of women that might say that, but also they're going to call you and your daughter a hoe, either because they're being accurate, A, or B, they are jealous of the men that you have retained, so they will say things to belittle you in order to gain, at least in their minds, higher ranks in the social standing or hierarchy. This is documented. This is well known since the beginning of time, is that the way that women fight in the social hierarchy is to downgrade you. They do so through lies, manipulation, innuendo, public shaming, false allegations. Now, men really don't give a shit, and in fact, I'd argue that most men don't know who you are. However, I took a look at you guys' social media, so I formed my opinion. Now, this is the mama. She's got over 4 million followers. She's also a grandmother. So my question is this Mima? Is this Nene? with the ass out. Say it ain't so, Ganny. Make a statement with our new jumbo-sized pearl hoop earrings by blah, blah. What does the ass have to do with the earrings? My man over here is crashing out. Big Flock over here wants to bite down on the cakes, you simp. Now, one can make a logical conclusion of a gan tied to all of these famous entertainers throughout her life and say, I logically surmise for all of this activity to make you for the damn streets. I don't know why you're acting surprised. Now, if you scroll down the daughters page, you'll see very similar activity, bathing suit, yoga poses, chest out. This is just wild. Though again, I don't know y'all, don't know anything about your personal life, but I just find it so interesting that you demonstrate yourselves in these particular manners and methods, and then you are surprised why you get that label. The feigned ignorance is just abhorrent here, but you know, they'll cope in any given way in order to continue to promote the product, the material, the goods and the services around their businesses in order to substantiate their lifestyle. Along with the lifestyle, you're gonna get them names and terms.
Single woman, I never understood the concept of you automatically being a
No, that's not it.
That's my take on it.
I've been
Delusional.
called a billion times that I'm like, it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. You're a hoe.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I want to be.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun.
See, they want to be.
Like, I'm like, what do you want? It's what I'm like, little do you know, I'm at Home Goods. Okay? I'm at Home Goods every week. What did I tell you the other day? I said, what is the highlight? Listen to this.
She's like, yeah, you know, because I buy a duvet like weekly. I'm like, okay, that sounds
What's
like
that?
a lot of fun. It's boring. I don't want to hear that you buy a duvet.
Is that an ass squirter?
Every week, no bullshit. Every week I go to Home Goods
Sounds
and
like
I
a
buy
waste.
a new duvet set and I put it on the bed and I like it nice and crisp. I get like a new candle and I watch First 48. It's like my vibe. Like, I'm so happy after that. Like, I look at my bed, I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Blown away.
We went out on Friday to the Kendrick concert. You couldn't wait to get to your bed.
I had slippers in my bag. Remember
did.
that? I
She had
stuffed
house slippers in her purse.
Yeah, I had fun. I had a blast, but I remember thinking, wow. Is this equivalent to being at home? I don't know. It was great. Like, it was great, but like it took me 2 days to get over the fact that I went to bed at 1 in the morning.
And you didn't even drink.
I didn't drink, but I'm like conditioned. I'm a robot. And I accept it and I'm happy with it and I love that I'm that person.
It will forever muddy the waters on what the term hoe is and what it really means here, that without ever giving credence that it could be delivered or administered as a term to describe behaviors or an image. These feminists didn't tell you that the consequence of being sexually liberated is that half of the population ain't gonna ride for that shit. And if you present the curves within your body and you go as far as to get naked, whether that be online or in public, then the terms are going to start flowing your way. Women that lead with their minds don't get these terms. Or women that are actually talented, let's say sports athletes, they don't get these terms unless they display that. Angel Reese, if she was just a basketball player as opposed to getting naked anytime that I see her up online, then she wouldn't get those damn terms, just like her competitors. But don't act like you just don't understand, because it makes me think that you're a full-blown idiot. And I think y'all a little bit smarter than that.
So structured with my time.
Yeah.
So anything that's not structured, it doesn't align with me, I'm done.
The last point that I just want to make here is that, you know, like mother, like daughter, I call what this is right here is pretty nothingness, right? No value outside of what it is that they look like. So they establish value, if not through the men that they meet within their life, then promoting their sexuality. And it's just so sad to see it passed down from generation to generation. The mother here, I believe her name is Evelyn, passed it down to her daughter, and then her daughter is going to effectively pass it down one more time. Unless there was a man, a strong man that is involved in their life that can step in and be the bridge towards something better. You know, we in a clown world when you can watch a single mom cackling about being a hoe to yet another single mom, as if this shit is funny, as if this is not the opportunity to snap the chalk and be better for the children to come. Last but not least, I want to go over some of their comments on the podcast clip and see if anyone else is speaking the way that I am. Evelyn does not age. Yes, they have a lot of fun in quotes with laughing emojis. Oh, that's Julissa. We've done content on her. Oh, God, this is just, dog, you can't make this shit up. Of course, they're all cackling and laughing together in their singleness. Let's keep going. Love their bond. The two crazy sisters. They call you, okay, nothing of substance, nothing of value. Thank you. I want to be one. It's a signature of jealousy, in my opinion. We talked about that. Y'all are gorgeous and not what they say y'all are. It's jealousy. One thing for sure, Ev is real AF. Yeah, nobody's talking about the reality of the situation. Nobody wants to talk about the particular consequences. No one gives a shit about the children. This is why male perspective is always going to be needed. All right, guys, drop me your questions, comments, concerns down up in the comment box down below. Hopefully you appreciated your time here today. Last but not least, I got my men's self-development community, my G's. Join today. Link to it down in the description box down below. Click down, beam up, see all the fantastic assets that can be at your disposal, and let's run this route of life together. All right? I'll see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Nah, we gonna not do that again, okay? Peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber, screaming period and yes. You as ratchet as they come. Rainbow weaves and batwing lashes, weighing more than a man. What time is your football practice? I bet you can hit that A-gip like a mug. How you big back and said a man must buy you gifts. Where here goes a Fitbit tracker. Are you mad? Cause you got 3 kids by 4 different dads. You pick cookies, then you bash. Oh man, when you get sad.